Okay, just a little Amari side dish here on the fly. So what this is a boiled egg, mashed. I like this. So good. Right?
We're gonna go outside.
Okay.
That was good. What more having?
Yep. Go.
Wait, I thought you were sitting by your computer.
No, not right now. I'm making Amari food. So we're gonna a fair amount because looking for those calories. That's about all he needs. Because he's got about a tablespoon of butter in this. And then we've got, hold on a minute. Where am I? Okay, so basically, it was a bit of a potato, a half a corn here, you can see, I cut off, grind it up, a little bit of water, put the potato in there, and then it came out to this consistency, which is really nice, with about a tablespoon of butter. I'm just warming it up, right, because I like to give Amari warm food when I can, right. Now, even if I could see, use these machines, they don't always get to everything. Where am I? Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but that's a chunk of potato. So, in light of my eyesight, I feel everything first to make sure there's no big chunks, because I don't know. Right? So anyway, we know there's none in there. I mean, obviously, if you have eyesight, you can see better, but I was seeing good, and I grounded up some cashew nuts, and it looked to me like it was all grinded up, and it wasn't. When I went to feed Amari, he gagging, and I'm like, holy crap, what's going on? And then that's when I discovered that there were little chunks of cashew nut that didn't grind up, so it's best if you're dealing with someone like Amari, whether it's a baby or not, right? You just go out of your way just to double check, right? You can hear that. He'll love this. Yeah, that's all it needed. Isn't that the cutest little cast iron pan you've seen? Right? I like that little white one too. So anyway, that's done. Okay. And then this is the way I figure corn high in calories. So he got a lot of calories with the corn, but maybe not so easy to digest. It could be constipating. Therefore, I did not add too much potato, but I add enough potato just to bring it to a nice, right? This is where the egg with the mayonnaise comes in, okay? Because the mayonnaise is good for moving things along. Mayonnaise, blueberries, but I find mayonnaise, whether fish, sardines with mayonnaise, egg with mayonnaise, salmon with mayonnaise, right, that kind of stuff. Hold on a minute. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get much done today. So here we got the whole grape apple, September of 2021. That was last year. I could see perfectly well, people, last year. This year, I can hardly see anything. And we're not even into September. And it's getting worse. Okay. So in the meantime, because this one was with whole grapes out in the back, in the front with the seeds in them, even on the best of days, when you go through 1,000 grapes, picking out the seeds, you still miss them. Whether you see them or not. It just happens. So with these ones were made with grapes with seeds. So I have to do it this way, to ensure that Amari's not coming into these grape seeds, because they're quite, not only are they large, where am I? But they're edged, they're grape seeds. So that's like 3 seeds to 1 pod there. So, when in doubt, do not be afraid to use your fingers looking for chunks of things that maybe you didn't see. And don't depend on these things to grind up everything finely, because it will miss one, unless of course you want to stand there for half an hour grinding the same thing over and over and over again. But see, and don't go once, but go more than once. That was just a little one, right? I don't know how I'm gonna can this year in terms of anything, I suppose. Well, fruit mostly, because turkey and all that. Cod is not going to be a problem, I don't think. But when you got to start peeling and picking out seeds and all that stuff, I don't know. Okay, so that seems to be good. Oh, no. Something right there. That's a small one. That was just a small one. They hide. Right? And of course, make sure your fingers are clean before you do that. And then, you can lick them. So good. So basically what we got is a half a corn, because I'm trying to bring in those calories, right? Without constipating him, that is. So I put a little bit of potato in there, just a little bit for, you know, this whatever, right? For the nutrients. And potatoes are bodybuilding, and they're good for you. But because he got so much corn, I only did like a half of a potato, right? Because I've been feeding him potatoes. I've been feeding him potatoes and pork, all grinded up with whatever. And I haven't given him any corn. But today I gave him a half a corn, grinded up, a bit of water. The potato just made it the right consistency. Put in a tablespoon of butter in the frying pan, warmed it up to which it'll be nice and warm right now. Gave him that boiled egg with the mayonnaise, because that helps with the digestion and moving things along. And then, you know, his appetite is getting bigger. So, you know, that little extra fruit there as a dessert, because I'm finishing off that jar, is perfect. It's the perfect little side meal for Amari. It's going to be so, so good. Okay, we're going to see if he likes this. Right? And what I do now... Oh, boy. Oh, I don't like being stiff. Well, not really stiff, but, you know, when you overwork and you're moving slow. Yeah, I know, you know. Yeah, it's right here. I want to make sure you don't slide down on me. So I use my knee to hold him in. There you go. Sit up nice and straight. That's the best for you when you eat. Okay? Don't slide down. Now it's got your legs. Right there. Yeah, you know, I know you want it. Now I was thinking... I don't know if this plays a role. Okay, here we go. I don't know if this plays a role, but you know how it is? It's still kind of warm, but that's okay. On the sides it won't be. And I can start mixing it in with egg right away. You know how, like, they say when you chew something? Okay. When you chew something and your saliva, you know, it starts to do whatever, right? Stop it. That, I think, plays an important role in digestion. Now, I didn't puree the egg, so if he comes into a little chunk with it, or whatever, it's usually in the beginning of anything, if anything. He hasn't gagged on me for a long time, although he did do it the other day. It's been well over a month since he's done it. Anyway, when you chew things, right, your saliva glands, you know, they're producing like a hormone that does something to the food in your gut and everything, and it helps with digestion. I'm just wondering, being that, no, don't do that, okay? Nana put a knee there for a reason. Stop doing that, okay? I'm just wondering if, because he doesn't chew in the traditional sense like we do, if he's missing out with his saliva glands producing, we'll just call it a hormone, that helps with the digestion process of food, right? And, you know, so because I'm thinking about it now, you know, sometimes, Andre! I'm doing a video, be quiet! Sometimes he just likes to savor his food, you know? He'll like literally savor it, and he won't do nothing with it. He'll just let it sit in his mouth and, you know, and taste it and savor it because he likes it. I think encouraging that kind of behavior, now that I'm thinking about it, by feeding him at a slower pace versus, right? Because, you know, when you do this every day, several times a day, you know, it can get pretty obnoxious. Right? So once he starts eating, you know, it's very easy just to start, you know, just start giving it to him without maybe giving him time to savor it more, as if he was actually chewing the food before he swallowed it. And if that's the case, right, if you can give him more opportunity to savor his food, the saliva is going to just naturally do what saliva does. Like, you know, when you put food in your mouth and you start chewing, and you know something's going on in there, and then it goes down, and you know, right? I'm thinking when you're in a situation like mine, you know, you're not, that's the furthest thing that you're thinking of, is in terms of what does the saliva do with the digestion part, being that he's not really using his mouth like a normal person would when it comes to chewing food, which produces that saliva. So it's like you have to almost create an artificial situation where that saliva can just flow out on its own without chewing. So that would be the reasoning behind maybe slowing down with feeding him, in terms of how fast you put the food into his mouth. Right? See, you heard him. Right? That's because he's savoring it. Right? Because, you know, he can pack it back fast when he likes it, and you keep going like this. Like, he's a good little eater, but that might not necessarily be the best way of going about things if you're trying to not back him up. And that's where the mayonnaise comes in handy. Mayonnaise is a natural lubricant for food. So I'm figuring it's going to work well with the corn and that little bit of potato, because that's why I did it. Yesterday he had an egg with butter and cheese. I think you had potato yesterday too, and meat. Yeah, he had meat, potato, egg, and cheese. And today I'm giving him the corn with just a teeny bit of potato, another egg for the mayonnaise, and then of course the leftover apple grape sauce that I made because he likes it. So that's his little dessert towards the end. But yeah, I know I'm like, I'm munching on shit, and I'm like, okay, what's going on in my mouth? Okay, well, obviously saliva is, starting to flow, right? Clearly I can tell. And if that's the case, then it comes in with the chewing process. And being that Amari doesn't really chew, it might take a little longer for that to occur for him, especially if you're in a hurry and you keep going fast, right? He's not going to get that. That could be a problem. People don't think about stuff like that. So I'm now consciously, what I'm saying is, I'm consciously going out of my way to slow down just a little bit, even though I know I can go faster at feeding him, but I'm trying to slow down just a little bit, treating it like he's actually taking the time to chew the food, because you'd have to do it anyway if he was chewing the food, right? So that his saliva glands kick in and help with that digestion process overall. I don't know. I'd have to read up on it, but I can't see. But I do know that saliva does play a role with your digestion. To some degree, what degree, how, I don't know. Right? Otherwise, we wouldn't need it. But as soon as you put food to your mouth, or even when you just think about it, right? All you have to do sometimes is just think about food, a certain kind of food that you really like, and you start getting saliva building up in your mouth as if it's getting ready for that food. So I'm going to make more of a conscious effort to encourage Amari's saliva glands to kick in. Can you taste it? Does it taste good? It sure does. Yeah. Oh, and you're still sneaking your butt down. Oh boy. There we go. Yeah. You're doing a good notes. Just sit nice. And see, I'm still checking for pieces maybe I missed.
Okay, you got me.
All right.
You got me.
You never know, right? That's the thing. I think I got them all. So yeah, I just, because anything you can do to help with the digestion process, even if it means encouraging their, to create saliva in their mouth. Okay, now I'm going to give you an example of what you shouldn't do based on this theory. Okay, we're going to see how, now you see you go like this, and you've done this a million times, and all you want to do is just keep packing it into his mouth because you got other things to do. And, as long as he eats, that's all that matters. Who cares about saliva gland? Do you see how I can do this for him? But not only does that create, like, burps and big burps and stuff, right? But it's definitely the saliva glands aren't working because you're not even giving him a chance to taste anything. He's just putting it in his mouth and gulping it. So we're going to slow it down. Play with the food. So your saliva glands get ready. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Tell me you want it. Say, I want food. I don't know if you've seen that. He swallowed it as fast as I put it in there. Unless it went somewhere else. Where did it go, Amari? Where did it go? Nana put it in your mouth and it was gone, and when I turned around and looked, you had your mouth open again. I just gave you a big mouthful. Right? Oh boy. You ready? Mmm. See, looked like he's savoring it there just for a little bit. All right. Now I'm giving you a chance to savor it more. Look, I've let him savor it before in the past. But I think it's something that should be encouraged. You know. So the only way to accomplish that, though, would be to slow down. Even though you know he's capable of mouth to mouth to mouth, you know, spoonful to spoonful, it's not good for him. Right. Yeah. Good stuff, huh? Now we're getting into your dessert. Not yet, though. There's still lots here. See, still lots. Stop doing that, okay? That makes Nana upset. Oh. What you doing? I smell something. Yeah. I haven't had to use any peg or suppositories or anything since he's been home from the hospital. So that's good. All right. But that's not to say we're, not going to come in. But I'll tell you, though, I'm not as nervous about it as I used to be because those doctors, they're talking on about, and the nurses and whatever, they deal with children all the time, right? They said that constipation among children is actually quite common. And there was one little girl who was, I guess, constipated for a month. That's a bit extreme, but either or, just, you see, I don't use PEG very much because, first of all, it's not even really meant to be used for children. But that's what the doctors prescribe. So just going through that experience and, I gave him PEG 2 days before he went to the hospital. They gave him PEG for 2 days. And then it just started moving everything along. So I don't feel so threatened by it anymore because they basically just said use it when you need it. And if that's what it takes is 4 days in a row, like, I don't think I'm going to get into those, oh my God, he's not pooing, oh, and, get all panicky and like the good old days. I think I can relax a little bit and just continue working on, Amari's side dish cookbook, right? And write in little ideas like, well, before you're too apt to feed them too fast, give them time to savor their food so that the saliva glands can release whatever it is that they release when they're, working. And that should help with the digestion as well. Because you're always going to worry to one degree or another. But there's got to be a medium in there where you can relax. So we're trying to relax. That's what we're doing. We're relaxing. We're having a nice peaceful meal where you can savor it, Amari. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, you see, look at him. He's got his mouth open. He's ready for it. Is Nana teasing you? Was I teasing you?
I'm gonna change, okay?
Yeah, I'm doing a video with Amari talking about saliva glands.
Well, look, one thing about me changing is, the Band-Aid might come off.
Why do you need to change?
Because I don't want to wear these anymore.
Okay, you're just creating extra laundry for me, Andre.
I'm gonna wear these, for, water sometime. No.
Well, you can't put on pants. Don't put on pants right now.
I'm not. I'm just gonna change to something else. Like something short.
He was riding his bike. Apparently a cat ran in front of it, and he skidded on the road and scratched up his knee. He's got a bunch of Band-Aids on there. It's too soon to put on pants. Look at that. See, it didn't take him long. It's like rushing to a stop sign. You don't need to rush to a stop sign and get into an accident while you rush there. You can drive safe and get to that same stop sign 5 minutes later, or red light or whatever it is, and then cross over safely. 5 minutes isn't going to, you know, be a detriment to you versus rushing to it. You know how you're driving down the road and you got people speeding past you as they're rushing to a red light or a stop sign, and you, by the time you catch up to them, they're still sitting at the stop sign or at the red light, and you're rolling your eyes, and then they, as soon as the light turned green or whatever, they zip off again. That's foolishness, you know. Getting 5 minutes there later, safe, is much better than rushing to something and quite possibly injuring yourself seriously, if not killing yourself, because you were, you know, haste makes waste. So it's the same kind of idea with the mouth here, in terms of, you know, how do we get him to release the saliva glands and get them working? Because that usually comes from the chewing process. And he doesn't necessarily chew. So, all right, that's it.
Leave it alone. Now, I told y'all. I told y'all. You know what I'm saying? From the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and go live and tell them. These people are going to eat on each other, man. One person's going to say, hey, she don't got no toilet paper in her house. Okay, then the next person's going to say, well, okay, she goddamn it. She was over there.
Don't go. I should have went live just, but you still would have did. Right, look. You still would have got a wide story. Yeah. No, you need to tell people what you did to your dog.
People work at Apple.
You did. That was fucked up. That girl, that girl really just got over it. They talked about it. And she was just saying,
phone wise, yeah, the phone wise.
My daughter never did that to me. She never.
That's right.
Oh my God. This is how YouTube makes their money, right? And they're slapping their ads on this shit, right? As they oppress my channel, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh, jeez. I don't know. When you put the two of them together and just let them run with it, there's two lives going on right now. And they're fighting between themselves as usual. As usual, people. The world is crumbling down, but not for these people. Like, seriously, I don't get it. You know? Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. I haven't figured out who's who. Not that I'm like determined to do so, but every now and then, you know, I like to know what's rolling on YouTube that you know, keeps the traffic moving. And this is another part of this quote-unquote beef sector. Right. I made a comment on one of these people's chat lines saying I have my own beef sector, but only I beef with politicians. But that's not serious shit, right? You know, that doesn't warrant any comment or, you know, any acknowledgement, because, you know, that doesn't make money, right? You know, right? So, like, why else would they do it? Like, seriously, that's the only thing that they're interested in doing.
Hey, let me know right now. Just leave you alone.
You already know.
Now, I was looking at this woman's card. I'm confused. She told me that whatever existing file that I have with the Ministry of Children and Family Development is under the social development part and not child protection part. And when that call came in, and I guess she came into work or whatever, and she caught the name, my name, right? She said, "Oh, I want to take the file because, you know, I've been to the house already with that loose nail or loose screw or whatever was loose on my porch that somebody used as a means to call them on me, and they came to the house to go look at this loose screw." Okay? That was one reason. So anyway, because she had been here before, she knows, you know, in general what's been going on throughout the years, she asked to take the file. Anyway, she gave me her card. Now, you know, I didn't necessarily look at it at the time. I just took the card, and you know, when I asked her if she was gonna, you know, close the file, she said, "Well, you know, maybe you might want to consider keeping it open for a while, just because, you know, maybe I can plug you into some programs. The NDP came in with some new funding, and there's new programs coming in, and blah blah blah." And you know, but she wasn't too sure because she said she had to, you know, do some research on what was available. But of course, the at-home program came to mind. But I'm already in that, so anything that they offered me around that has already been offered, right? And it's quote unquote voluntary to have people come into your home after the age of 5 if you don't put children like Amari in school, and you can have them come in and do some speech therapy and some occupational therapy. But I'm really not interested in having strangers come into my house for that purpose. So, you know, I probably won't tap into that anytime soon. And I'm not required to, right? So, you know, maybe if I had a bigger house and a nice rumpus room and, you know, someplace neutral, then, you know, I might consider it. But at this point, you know, I've already made the decision just to keep Amari in with the Child Development Center, and, you know, Tisha has a good rapport with those workers, and so, you know, just kind of just stay on that path for now. So anyway, they're bitching on each other, people. Two different camps. Beefing on each other.
Down there, why she ain't run up on B? Every time I'm saying, hold on, let me get my shit off.
And I'm trying to figure it really out as to what I've even asked them, what are you guys trying to accomplish? Of course, I didn't get no answer, right? And if I did, it wasn't anything of, like, you know, that sticks in my brain outside of, you know, it brings in views. I guess a lot of black American people like to watch this kind of stuff. Because these are black people from the States.
You know, I need you to hit me, do something, man. So make sure you hit me up, nigga, all right? Now, let me ask you this.
Wasting those people's time and money.
She started this chick for real. Brittany, come on up, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? Stop hiding in the chat. What you doing? Feeding your face? Feeding your bone or something? Talk about it. Yeah, Teresa Snake. She a duck too. You know what I'm saying?
They don't care about my issues.
You know what I mean? She all them goddammit, man. You know what I mean? Hey man, at the end of the day,
speaking of my issues, we've got now Julian's sister again posting her little 10-second video with at New Nations Unity, at Justice for Shemaine now, saying that Amari loves his Auntie Tamika. She just did that like 4 videos ago.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
what's good for the goose,
you know,
for the gander, dog.
It is, you know what I'm saying?
Anyway,
people in there, that's why, you know what I'm saying, I ain't talking shit to nobody, because once you say
I don't know.
in 1 minute, you go to my page and you say something about my kids.
I don't know if I'm being told the truth here in terms of...
And that's no joke.
Man, you know what, man? These people, man, I came to the conclusion
Greta,
this, man, when it comes to these YouTube bloggers, these YouTube soft-ass
is connected
people,
to the Surrey North Child
people, man,
Safety
that know
Team.
A lot of stuff, right? But they don't want to speak on it, though, right? And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It
So,
makes me think like, okay, well.
but she requested to keep the file or take the file
and then you speak
and
on
deal
it.
with me.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be too late then, dog. So,
because she had been here before over that loose screw
stepper, man, you might as well step, dog.
on the rail in my back porch when somebody else did this.
And I
Okay?
might step on your neck. You know what I'm saying? If you
But she's
talk about
saying that it's
being
not
wrong light, dog. I'm tired of being
not
around weak vessels,
child protection as
I'm
it
tired of
is.
being around
Just
you
keep the
weak
file open
people,
for a
dog,
while,
with no backbone in
you
y'all
know,
back, dog. Y'all scared of people
because
all
it's
that.
already
Just let me
opened,
know y'all scared of people in
and
real life, dog.
try and access services where you can. That's what she said to me. Right? If
I don't know who
any
Linda is,
any
but-
come available.
Let that dogs out.
So of course
Go ahead.
she brought me
Yeah,
the
same
information to the
playbook, you know
at-home
what I'm
program,
saying?
but I'm already
Same
connected to
playbook,
that.
but you know what I'm saying?
That
I
happened
call
when I got
audibles.
Amari, pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not to call audibles. I told y'all,
Right.
man, y'all messing with a top chess player, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I
The
honestly
one-man
don't
band
think there's
stumbled
much
over
more that
into
they
the
can
mental
do for
health
me.
sector.
You
You know
know,
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When one man band
I really
stumbled over
don't,
here to the
unless of
mental
course
health sector, I said, damn.
the
You got a bunch
NDP
of snitches
puts
over
some
here,
cash
a
infusion
bunch
in
of scam
for
artists over here.
more programs,
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody
assuming that
talking
you'd want
about that
them.
though.
Right? I don't know what those
You know what I'm
programs
saying?
would be.
Yeah, lipstick lady,
But
you know what I'm saying?
anyway,
She a hoe
for
too.
me,
You know what
if
I'm
something
saying?
happens
She
to
a
me,
scam
people,
artist. She be
seriously,
over there, God.
like this
Don't
Julian
like this
sister,
stuff, y'all.
I don't know what she's thinking,
I be
but
like, bitch, shut up. You know what I'm saying? God don't like your ass.
Well, see, I can't add God.
they're not going to tolerate
Well,
what that girl's done to me all these years. Because as soon as I'm dead, she's going to start stalking the next person that has Amari.
You know what I'm saying? See, that's one thing I don't do.
She'll find a way to start stalking that person. It won't matter who that person is, but she will find a way.
Y'all can't be over there in pew, you know what I'm saying, sucking on sausage.
So,
you know what I'm saying? And then,
you know, she thinks she's going to be calling up social services and, oh, Judy's dead now. Let me have my nephew. I want to see my nephew. My mom wants to see her grandson. That social worker can simply say, well, if Judy's dead, it's only because she had an early death because of your stalking her for how many years now? Almost 5. Okay? Almost 5. And we're not just simply talking YouTube bullshit. We're talking about coming into my yard, pouring bleach around, okay? Killing plants, killing the grass, okay? God knows what else she's doing out there. Putting slime on doors, stealing potatoes, stock and all.
What did y'all do?
Right?
What did y'all accomplish? Y'all didn't.
It wasn't no old Asian Chinese woman that did that.
What the hell did y'all accomplish, man?
Okay? And she's already admitted to the bleach. When the grass, she did the grass, she made it into like a rectangle.
Yeah, that lady right there, dog.
It was very uniform.
Lipstick lady is a liar.
I came along after the fact and put in some grass as I was, you know, doing yard work and weeding and stuff, and so it's kind of pieced in there, but it hasn't taken root. So there's a big gaping,
so I can just speak on her. You know what I'm saying? She's the devil.
Just dirt
You already know that
girl killed with bleach.
But she's the devil.
Listen, I already told you
So,
what I thought about that one.
in a situation like that, you would definitely want supervised visits. And even then, that family abandoned Amari a long time ago, and I told that to this girl, this woman, Greta. Right?
I'll come back up and I gotta handle this real quick.
Like, this girl is so fucking delusional.
I thought that
Sorry, boo-boo delusional.
I thought they was on a fast. Yeah, they
Right.
on a fast, all right. A fast-ass lie. That's what the hell they on. A fast-ass lie.
So I don't know what, I don't know. At some point,
whatever she went on, well, to me, it was her going
after I deal with court,
going to get a tummy tuck.
that kind of stuff.
You know what I'm saying? She told y'all.
You know, I don't know what they're going to do.
Hey,
I'm going to see if I can put it off for a little while longer in terms of the trial, if we can reschedule it for a little further on down the line, just because of what's going on with my eyes. You know, I have to do stuff in the yard. I'm on that daily grind, right? And I won't meet the expectations. But if they say no, like I said before, I'm just going to bring what I have. if I haven't done it in triplets,
What's good?
I'll bring what I have and I'll show the judge that I need more time to cough up the money, right? And to stamp the pages and then pay to submit it at the registrar's office at the courthouse, right? Because you got to pay $40 a pop every time you submit something, right? And then I have to pay for the mail to put it in, you know, special delivery through the post office, not to one ministry, but to two, right? So, you know, but I'm also going to ask them to maybe see if they can appoint me a legal aid lawyer. And that would just be so much better for everybody involved. Assuming that they're not going to throw it out of court on Monday. And if they throw it out of court on Monday, I'm not shredding all this shit. No way. Costed way too much money just to toss it out into the garbage. I'll just start the process over again.
Stuff that was put in a pot and it was just brewing, goddammit.
What else can I do?
Goddammit, I tipped the pot over and knocked the fucking food on the floor.
Well, these guys just go around talking about the same stuff over and 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 over again. And they get a lot of views. Some of them get like 14,000 views, right? 5,000, 6,000 views for this people.
Let's not do this. Let's not, whatever conversation
just to bicker between themselves and pick on each other and call each other down and just whatever.
Why do that? I've never seen nothing like this.
I don't even know why I waste my time on YouTube.
I've never seen this. Nothing like this in my life.
Speak on it, Queen. Speak on it.
You know, and people just like sit around and just like it's okay. Like y'all laughing, and I'm like.
I don't even know why I'm laughing.
You're supposed to be more wiser than that. You're supposed to be more wiser than that, and you just like laugh. But you don't like when one man band say certain things and do certain things, but you're laughing with some of them stuff. Come on now, baby. And then the other friend, I thought you was a church going lady. You shouldn't even be rejoicing in that. How are you rejoicing somebody losing their job? So once I heard stuff like that, you rejoice because
that's the sign of the times, people. How does Julian's sister get off on what she does and goes out of her way to do it over and over and over and over again, and then expect to see Amari after I'm dead, as if this shit's not gonna follow her, okay? Like, serious.
They don't have to read that. They don't have to get that back. Believe it or not,
right? That's why I don't have a problem keeping this file open, because it's important that as I'm dealing with these people over a period of time for whatever reason, that they fully understand that if something should happen to me, Amari is not to be with that girl under any circumstances.
I just wanted to get up here.
You don't know if he's going to come back sleeping, because she pumped him up with a bunch of freaking Tylenol. You don't know if his stomach is going to explode because she overfed him and stuffed him so full he was ready to puke. You won't understand why he's crying, and then all of a sudden establishes, what is that called, a phobia with the bathtub, right? Because she's not going to tell you that the minute she picks him up or has her mother pick him up or whoever, they're going to run off and give him a bath and then smother him with a bunch of freaking perfume to the point when you get him back, he can't breathe because his nose is so stuffed up with the freaking perfume. And then when you try and give him a bloody bath, he's screaming and he doesn't want to be in there. All of a sudden, out of the blue. Oh, but not anymore. Not since he had a seizure for whatever reason. He's just having a blast. He kicking, you know. And I'm like, whoa, slow down, Amari, because he's getting big and, you know, strong, right? I'm like, well, slow down, Amari. You know, we gotta, you know, get into a fight. I gotta somehow connect to a swimming pool.
On Tree's line, she even said
I gotta get him to a swimming pool.
The play was unfolded.
So he can do that.
They just don't want to admit that it is right. You know what I'm saying?
But have those people take Amari for a few times. You'll never get him back in the bloody bathtub.
You know?
That's facts.
Right? That's a fact. That's a fact. Already been through it, people.
And when they say like discernment, the Lord will give you a discernment spirit, like what's right and what's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know how much what these guys are going on about is true. Because they just keep going around in the same damn circle.
It reminds me
you
of
know,
this, man. It's either, you know what I'm saying?
This has been going on for a year now.
You ain't with that whack ass shit they own, and you can speak your mind. And then, you know what I'm saying? Or,
what we're listening to right now, there's 1,654 people listening to it.
With that shit, or you with that shit, dog.
Okay?
Yeah.
I do a live, and I get 4 people. And one of them is Julian's sister, being a, you know, right, with her, right? That's what I mean. Like YouTube is just, I don't know. YouTube is weird. I gotta give up on making videos soon. I'm actually thinking of letting go of the foundation because I can't reach people like this, people. Okay, that Latrice Allen, she got all my information for the nonprofit. I told you what I sent her and all this other crap. And you know what? They lie. That's the thing. They're just a bunch of freaking liars as far as I'm concerned. Because after I did the last video on that woman, right, and I realized that I had sent them do-rags, because I forgot, right? Her son actually wears the red do-rag that I made and sent to Latrice. But never once did I ever get a thank you. Never once was it ever told from where it came from. Nothing. Just like she took those G-Kids hats and hid them away. Okay? But the son, I noticed, Courtney, that one, he's worn that do-rag, right? Over the years, people. And that's mine, that I made, that I never even got a thank you for, or an acknowledgement in regards to the foundation that I work on. Because they're all busybodies just trying to make money for themselves. Well, I don't know about all of them, but a lot of them, okay? And for whatever reason, you know, people just migrate to it. Like, you know, almost 2,000 people listening to this, right? And we'll listen to it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
They some snitches. But you know what? No, I still got 3 channels right now. I turned my one-man band TV 2 turned into one-man band TV, dog. So what did y'all take from me? Nothing. You didn't shut me up. I got get back gang. And now I got gang on y'all ass, dog.
Gang. All right. Okay. Well, I just want to,
you know what it makes me feel like sometimes? I'm going to end it on this note. Living in a Punjabi community where you just don't fit in. Because you don't look like them, you don't talk like them, you just aren't like them because you're not Punjabi yourself. So therefore, you're always an outcast, right? I mean, sure, if you go to their store and you buy something, they'll be polite to you. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's just...
Like I said, man, I'm going to do...
It's the same thing with this stuff, right? I'll never fit in.
Right? Like you had the little police.
They don't care about murder by fentanyl, that's for sure. No. They don't care about international nonprofits or trying to build one or, you know, nothing like that, right? That's what that Latrice Allen taught me. And she's still up on YouTube crying on for money, right? As if she's the only one in the world that deserves to have it. As she brags about helping other people over, you know, a period of time, right?
A guy from Jamaica, and if somebody they don't know your address and they don't go where you.
But yet,
they're not gonna call you and tell you
she basically silenced me.
Come on now.
And the foundation that I work on. So she's not as big and bad as she says she is, okay? When she allows her son to run around with a do-rag that she never even said thank you for.
I got a lawyer, dog. Maybe I got a KNC, got a lawyer. So if I got any warrants,
I don't know.
Sure I would have been on that. They would have called.
I've been doing YouTube videos for so long that...
You know what I'm saying? One man band is cool.
I don't know.
That's facts.
For how much longer?
Hey, that's right.
To what end? I don't know. But I can tell you this. When I die, Julian's sister won't be seeing Amari. I can tell you that right now.
Y'all, and she appreciate y'all. And I want to let y'all know.
And then that's when the stalking will take on a whole new level,
all
people.
Of y'all, man. Because you know what I'm saying? All of y'all been rocking with me. All of y'all support me.
At least on YouTube, she gets to see him once in a while. And convince herself that somehow, whatever she thinks. But once I'm gone, there won't be no more YouTube videos of anything. Okay?
Because DJ Robin,
you'll be lucky to get one video with one of my kids saying, "Mom's dead now." Say la vie. Goodbye. I'll leave the channel up, but other than that, they won't go out of their way to do what I've done. Right? And like after all these years working on the foundation, to have it just come down to this, people, to this.
You know why?
Right? You know why should I renew the trademark for this? Okay? I got till December to make that decision. Do I really want to renew the trademark for this?
Today, what you saw today,
okay?
I hadn't heard that from you in a while.
For this.
Well, come on.
But it's like it's a whole.
Because they don't care.
You keep them calm, baby.
I don't even want.
Okay. But you can tell though. You don't even hear that. That's why I
doesn't show you what type of people we are.
Because they don't care.
Yeah, that's sad.
You see, that's the thing. They don't care.
She did send me pictures of Chase. I got them.
They only care about what they talk about among themselves. As they try and convince people like me that they're at arm's length.
She did send me pictures of Chase.
To which, I don't think so. Not so much. No, not as much as they make themselves out to be.
That I'm looking at right now. I'm gonna send them to you, Trey, so you can see the one that handicapped man had. These is not the pictures, baby, that she sent me. With her standing up in the kitchen with her peach shirt on and her blue jeans shorts.
Like, and, you know, why am I wasting my time?
With her black little shoes on. Yeah, these is not. And then she sent me the lady number from New York who they was attacking because I was gonna call her to help.
Anyway, one day at a time. Okay, that's all you can do. Just one day at a time.
Yeah, because they think it's a game. They see the bottom of the barrel. Delivery places.
Yeah, we do Domino's. Nobody eat Domino's.
The only reason why Domino's was here because my friend was here with her kids and she ordered Domino's. I don't eat Domino's. But anyway, I ate that pizza last night because I was on that hookah and I was feeling real good. And I was on my wine, y'all. But yeah, I'm going to call them and tell them, like, if I don't give y'all a code, don't deliver to my house.
Right. Because that's a waste of their time and their money.
And their food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not fair to them.
This is what I said. This one I understand how people are so naive to the fact that when they don't understand who they are hurting and who they're not hurting. You're not hurting me, hurting these businesses. That's to tell you how narrow-minded some of these people are.